Okay, so that's your blush process. Now we're going to move on to eye makeup. And I actually use the same color. See, that's the cool trick, is you can use the same color of eyeshadows that you do for blush. You can use the same products. Some people feel like, oh, that's so taboo. You need to buy separate products. If it says blush on it, it's for your cheeks. And if it says eyeshadows, then it's for your eyes only. That's incorrect. You can definitely intermix them. So what I'm going to show you here is you're going to want to use this on the top portion of your eye, and what this does is it draws the light to the top of your eye here, and so that way it gives a good shadowing effect for later on. We'll show you. So really easy, just use your brush here. I like a flat top. And you're just going to want to cover a sheer amount on the top portion of your eye. And what that does is, like I said, it's going to draw the light upwards, and it's going to help with that shadowing effect. See how there's light there now? Okay. And then also you're going to want to put it in the innermost corner of your eye as well. And then here's another neat trick, is especially for those sleepy days, if you have bags under your eyes, you can also use the same nice pearlescent cream color underneath your eye, just a little corner right there. You see? And what it'll do is it'll draw the light to the corner of your eyes, and it'll distract people from looking at the bags under your eyes, and it'll give you a nice luminesque finish. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our lid color. This is my favorite above all lid colors, and this is actually CoverGirl, and it comes in a 4 shadow set. I believe it's, let's see, it comes with coffee, mink, barely beige, and mocha. The color we're going to use for our lids is a nice shimmery barely beige. And you can just use a nice natural brush like this, rounded. And all you have to do is just go over the lid like this. You don't need very much. Just cover the entire lid. There we go. You see how your eyes are already starting to form and take shape? Okay. So the last thing we want to do with shadows is that contouring that I was talking about. What you want to do is draw light to certain parts of your face, and how you do that is by shadowing the other parts of your face, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's really easy. I like to use a darker shade, like a nice brown. So let's use this one. And you see the brush that I'm using, it's a very small rounded one. And what you're going to want to do is put your brown, and you see in the crease of your eye right here, you just want to put a nice small line inside the crease. Do you see how it gives a nice shadowing effect? And what this does is it'll separate the top portion of your eye to the bottom portion. See the difference? Alright, so we'll do both eyes here. There we go, we're done with our shadow. Now if you feel like you've put too much eyeshadow on and it feels really loud, just take that nice rounded top brush, and you can just kind of go like that and take a little bit off. No problem. Okay, now we're going to move on to eyeliners. Now with my eye shape, I have an almond eye shape. I don't actually like to use bottom liner at all. A lot of professional makeup artists will tell you that if you don't use a bottom liner, it's going to close your eye and it's going to make you look tired. But what I found is the way that I do my eyeliner with almond shaped eyes, I don't like to use a bottom liner because I do feel like with the shape you don't actually need it. Now, if you're going to be doing a more theatrical, like a shadow eye effect, like a smoky eye, you're definitely going to want to use a bottom liner. But for your everyday, you don't really need to. It kind of makes it look too loud. However, I have found though that if you have a more rounded eye and not an almond color, or I'm sorry, an almond shaped eye, then you are going to want to use a bottom liner to open the eye up. So for those of you who need to see what that looks like, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put it on so that way you'll see the difference. Okay, now with putting eyeliner on, you don't want to pull on your bottom eye. And the reason why you don't want to do that is because over the years, that's actually going to open, it's going to kind of loosen the eye socket. And the only way to fix that is surgery. And I know none of y'all want to have surgery, so we're not going to pull down. All you need to do is just make sure you have a nice sharpened eye pencil. And just lightly put on the bottom. And you want to start on the outer corner of your eye and work your way in. Now, we're not going to go all the way into the inner corner. And the reason you don't want to do that is because you have that light reflecting shadow on, remember? And if you have baggy eyes, it's going to cut off what the shadow, light reflecting shadow is going to do. So you don't want to draw attention with a dark color. You want to keep that light reflecting shadow so it can do its job. So here is that liner. Now on the top portion, I love to use liquid liner. And the reason why I will only use liquid liner on my top and not on my bottom is because it's just too loud. You're going to want to use pencil on the bottom if you choose to use it. But on top, I definitely swear by liquid liner. And the reason why is because with my shape eyes, it helps accentuate a little better as opposed to pencil. Pencil is a little too matte colored, but liquid liner just gives it a better look. And you'll see what I mean. And you can just use whatever brand you want, eyeliner. I'm going to use brown. You want to pick a color that is definitely the color of your eyelashes. So if you want to use black, you can. For blondes and for redheads, feel free to use the brown because it's not as loud. But definitely if you have darker hair, feel free to use black if you'd like. And you want to just make as small a line as possible. Just on the top. See how that opens up the eye? There we go. All right. So we're going to let that dry a little bit. And while that's drying, I'm going to actually show you how to do your eyebrows now.